back to the studio from the streets. Your Excellency, you listen to your people on the streets talking on different shades of issues, and you need to respond to them.
Well, I must thank them. I don't know where your reporters asked the questions, but I know that there was somebody from Ilawe and another person from Ipole Loro who spoke about the upgrading of the KBC there. Well, the simple response to give really is to appreciate them for appreciating the little that government has done so far. We obviously have promised that 2020 would be a year of deliverables and we will do more. There was a lady that talked about the road from Erinjiyan, Aramoko, Ikogosi, leading to the Ikogosi resort. I want to assure her, as she herself has already said, that that road will commence construction on the 13th of January. That is when we will flag it off. And we'll do that for the one leading to Ikum because of the dairy in that place. And also the Agbado Isimbode Omo road. And then the one on the bricks clay factory, Ilupeju Ere Igbemo road. Those four roads will start same day, January 13, 2020. And of course, we'll accelerate the work on the New Inn Road leading to Ekiti. And the township roads in Ado, we would also do a lot of work on the township roads because we have maximum 6 months without rain. So between January and June, we have to do the bulk of the construction work in relation to roads because our people are really complaining about roads and they have a reason to complain. The rains were not very favorable to us last year and many of the flooded roads were damaged in the process. We need to do something to bring them back to the usual motorable way.
Your Excellency, before the audience, there's this issue that we need you to clear air on the financial status of the state. We've been hearing different talks, conflicting stories. That is the deduction of the allocation from Abuja that is telling on the state, well, that it is not, it is another thing. I think this is the opportunity for you to let us know the real financial status of the state.
Well, let me put it this way. When Ekiti people elected me to office, their expectation, as we would expect from ordinary voters, is that the situation will be better than it was under the previous administration. Our people are not really very knowledgeable about the lack of money or huge resources. They're not bothered about resources. They're more interested in the resourcefulness of the leadership to find the resources. And that is the only reason why we've even been able to do the little we've done. Because if we are to depend on the resources available to Ekiti, this month, for example, you would have noticed that the Federal Allocation Committee meeting came out with 635 billion as the money shared amongst both the federal and the 36 states and the 774 local governments. 635 billion. In November, 740 billion was shared. So you can already see the reduction in what came in between November and December. So I don't even have to tell people that money is going down. I think for those who follow this, and these are published figures, these are figures that are available. For those who follow it, they would know that the resources available to the state is increasingly challenging for us to manage. But we have promised that we will always meet our obligations in terms of salaries and emoluments for workers, for pensioners, and we have not failed to do that. But the resources we have are limited, and we hardly have enough to work on capital projects. And that is why you will notice that I spend a lot of time out of the state pursuing money coming from those who can support our capital projects. And the bulk of the projects that we're going to be doing, starting from this January, the money is not coming from federal allocation. The money is coming from the World Bank, it's coming from the African Development Bank, it's coming from some of our development partners. And that is a product of the creativity and resourcefulness that I spoke about. That even where the money does not exist, we have been able to use our network and influence to garner resources to also do things for those who are not civil servants. Because in our state, it's not only civil servants that are in this state. Although there's a multiplier effect of the salaries that we're paying to civil servants because they spend it in the market and it traverses our local economy. But over and above that, if people want water, they want electricity, they want motorable roads, those are not things that can come out of the limited resources we have. So we have to look for resources to make those available and to then block leakages, reduce the cost of governance, increase our internally generated revenue in order to make our state a livable destination for investors. And that's really what is happening.
Ẹ kú ohun gómìnà, ìyá aṣojú ará ìlú ọ̀dọ̀ yín náà tún padà sí, ṣùgbọ́n ẹ jọ̀ọ́ torí àkókò ìbéèrè wa ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ sórí ìbéèrè kíákíá báyìí kí ni ilé gómìnà ẹ jọ̀ọ́ ẹ kọ́kọ́.
Olu Olosunde is my name, from Pt2 Ekiti community. I'm representing the community and the landlord association. We appreciate the governor for always calling the chairman and secretary of all community association. The last one being Atisha in December 22. We are very grateful. But sir, you are doing your best to develop the economy of Ekiti State. Industries are coming, artisans are growing, but we have problem with electricity. And it's a major hindrance to the development of the state. BESI, or that Benin Electricity Development Corporation, is a problem. What is the government doing, sir? Are we going to continue like this?
No, sir. You've put your finger on a very, very serious problem that we are agitated about. I've had a series of meetings with the Benin Distribution Company, and I think there's a bit of improvement this December because some communities that didn't have electricity, they told me that they eventually, places like Ode, electricity was available during this Yuletide season. But it is still not what we deserve as a state. And that is why one of the projects that the African Development Bank is helping us with in the state is our power project. You know, they have a Light Up Africa initiative, and they're working with us to improve on transmission to Ekiti, because part of the problem is not so much generation. There is increased capacity of electric power. However, the one that is transmitted to Ekiti is limited. Even the substation, the 133 kVA substation that we have in Commission Jano here, it's operating at suboptimal capacity. And it is because the transmission lines that feed Ekiti, they come via Akure to Ekiti rather than directly. Some of them come from Oshobo, but instead of coming to Ekiti, they go straight to Akure, and from Akure diverted back to Ekiti. Some come from Omuano, and you will notice that those who are in the northern axis of the state, they have a more reliable power supply, but it is still not as we should have it. So we are now, together with the African Development Bank, working on an independent power project that would be exclusively for Ekiti. We're also working on a hydropower project in Ogbese Dam in between Ikere and Ise with the Federal Ministry of Water Resources, which is supposed to generate another 5 megawatts of electricity for us. So we feel 2020, a lot of these projects will come to fruition and we will have a level of improved capacity. It will still not be perfect in the manner you want it, but it would be an improvement on the supply that we've had over the last 12 months. I agree with you that the situation has not been good, and I find it unacceptable, and we're pushing hard to make sure that it's improved.
Mo kí bàbá wa ọlọ́lá jùlọ Your Excellency. Orúkọ mi ni Ìyáàfin Tóyìn Adétúnàṣe láti inú ẹgbẹ́ àṣẹ̀rù oníyọ̀yọ̀. Àwa oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tí à ń pè ní private sectors. A rí pé nígbà tẹ́ kọ́kọ́ wá ní ìgbà tẹ́ wá fún ìgbà àkọ́kọ́ fún gómìnà ìpínlẹ̀ Èkìtì. A rí iṣẹ́ takuntakun tí ẹ ṣe nínú àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́. Ìfẹ́ àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ sípò. Ẹ ṣe empowerment fún wa, ẹ ra irinṣẹ́ láti pàṣẹ wa tí a mọ àwọn tí ẹ gbé fún. Ṣùgbọ́n ní ìgbà tí ẹdẹ tí à ń campaign, a tún rí pé ìgbà tí à ń campaign tí ẹ ń ṣiṣẹ́ káàkiri, a rí pé ẹ ń pe àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ sí meeting ní òrèkóòrè láti bá wa sọ̀rọ̀. Ṣùgbọ́n nígbà tí a wá rí pé a ti wọlé, tí ẹ ti wọlé gẹ́gẹ́ bí gómìnà, àwọn èèyàn wá ń ní ká béèrè pé nígbà tí a ti wọlé yẹn, a rí pé kò wá sí ìbáṣepọ̀ tó yẹ kó wà láàárín àwa àti gómìnà nípa pé bóyá wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe empowerment fún wa. Ìgbàgbọ́ àwọn oníṣòwò ni pé tó bá fẹ́ ṣe empowerment fún oníṣòwò, ó yẹ kí àwọn olórí àwọn kọ̀ọ̀kan wà ń bẹ̀, torí pé àwa la mọ àwọn tí wọ́n nílò kíní yẹn, àwa la mọ àwọn ọmọ tó kọ́ṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wa tí à ń jẹ wọ́n tí a lè fún. Bẹ̀tẹ̀ àwa rí pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ nínú àwọn irinṣẹ́ yẹn ó máa ń lọ sí wrong side, tó jẹ́ pé later wọ́n tún máa tà á fún wa ní owó tó jówó pọ́kú. Ìyẹn ìkíní. Ìkejì tá a tún sọ ni pé èròǹgbà yín, àdéhùn tí ẹ ti ṣe fún wa ní gbogbo ìgbà tí a jọ ń sọ̀rọ̀ lóríṣiríṣi, a ní ká béèrè pé níbo lẹ bá wa bá dé, àti pàápàá bí ẹ ṣe máa ń ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú àwọn bíi pensioner, àwọn bíi landlord, gbogbo àwọn civil servant. A rí pé kò sírú ìbáṣepọ̀ yẹn láàárín ẹ̀yin àti àwa oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, a ní ká béèrè pé nínú ìjọba yìí kí ni ìpín àti àǹfààní tí ẹ ní fún wa.
Ìyáàfin Adétúnàṣe, ẹ ṣé gan fún ìbéèrè yìí. Ó ṣe mí ní kàyéfì díẹ̀ pé ẹ lè múrú àkíyèsí tẹ mú àìwá lójú, àmọ́ tí ò bá rí bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé ẹ ní sọ pé bó ṣe rí nìyẹn. Àwọn mo lérò pé a ní èèyàn kan nínú ìjọba wa tí ó jẹ́ aṣojú àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́ tá a fi sípò. Mo rò pé special assistant tàbí informal sector, special assistant on informal sector, tí mo rò pé ẹ kó lè máa ṣàkíyèsí gbogbo nǹkan tẹ́ sọ, àmọ́ mo ti gbọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ, ìyàtọ̀ á wà. Màá gbé yẹ̀wò tí n bá dé ilé, màá dẹ̀ bèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn tó yẹ kó máa mójútó àwọn oníṣẹ́ ọwọ́, kọ́ dẹ̀ máa bá wọn ṣèpàdé látòrèkóòrè, àti kémi náà máa lè nípàdé pẹ̀lú yín. Tí yóò bá tí ì wáyé, kì í ṣe pé a kàn fojú àtẹ́ńbẹ́lú yín. Ó ń láti jẹ́ pé àwọn ètò yẹn ni ò tí ì gúnra wọn gẹ́gẹ́. Mọ̀ pé à á ṣàtúnṣe, à á dẹ̀ lè jókòó láti lè fikùnlukùn pẹ̀lú yín láti mọ nǹkan tó ń lọ láàárín ṣe ibi tó bá kù díẹ̀ káàtó sí àá ṣàtúnṣe ni.
ọlọ́kùnrin wa.
kí ọlọ́lá jùlọ gómìnà ìwà tó ní látàárọ̀ orúkọ mi ní ọ̀gbẹ́ni Badmus Abbas mo wá láti wá ṣojú fún ẹgbẹ́ ológun òyìnbó títà sá ẹsẹ̀dẹ̀sì àdí gbogbo akitiyan yín tí ẹ ti ṣe fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó ń gbowó oṣù ẹ ṣèlérí nígbà tẹ́ ń kàǹpé ìwà sanwó oṣù nígbà ṣe tàlẹ́ rí pé ẹ ń gbìyànjú nígbà tẹ́lẹ̀ tó ṣèjọba tó tún lọ náà àdí akitiyan yín ìlú àwọn hairdressers ẹ ṣe pín irinṣẹ́ fún wọn àwọn tailors ẹ ṣe empower wọn èyí wá ń kọ́ àwa náà lóminú pé àwa náà always gbogbo wa tẹ́ bá ti jáde là ń support ìjọba yín tí èyí tó wá ń kọ́ wá lóminú pé gbogbo àtẹ́ bá ti jáde là ń support ìjọba yín but àwa ò rí evidence of the democracy kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ so ìyẹn wá ń fa argument láàrin ẹgbẹ́ pé ṣé ẹgbẹ́ ló ń gbà ní táwa ò fi rí benefit ni tó ń dá argument lẹ̀ ní gbogbo gbà so ìgbà tẹ́ padà wá dé báyìí àtúnwá ní àtúnfẹ́ support so àtúnṣiṣẹ́ support yín again pé ó yẹ káwa náà lè rí so ọlọ́lá jùlọ sà àwa náà irú benefit empowerment tẹ́ ń ṣe fún àwọn tailor hairdressers pẹ̀lú bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń ra níṣẹ́ fún wọn tẹ́ bá lè fi owó ran àwa náà lọ́wọ́ pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ wa á túnbọ̀ jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ wa yìí kó tẹ̀síwájú because tẹ́ bá wo àwa la súnmọ́ àwọn èèyàn ní community jù bẹ̀ẹ̀ àwa ta súnmọ́ àwọn èèyàn ó possible èèyàn lè máa yàgbẹ́ lóru kánṣáré wá sí kẹ́mi sọ pé òkè wọ́n fẹ́ ra flagyl kẹ́ni ẹ má ní.
ìbéèrè àtàbí àlàyé ní kájí ìbéèrè ìwádìí àlàyé.
so ọlọ́lá jùlọ sà à ń ní di assistant yín a lè fẹ́ kí ìtẹ́ bá fẹ́ fi ràn wá lọ́wọ́ a fẹ́ kó dé inú ẹgbẹ́ tí gbogbo ọmọ ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n benefit ẹ̀ tí àwa náà dẹ̀ lè fi máa oríyìn fúnjọba yín sà àkọ́kọ́ nínú béèrè mi nìyẹn sà èkejì sà
ẹ bá ṣe kéékèèké tó yàwó yẹn.
méjì náà ni sà ẹlẹ́kejì sà ni pé ẹjọ́ àwọn agencies tí àwa ń dì pẹ̀lú because iṣẹ́ wa ó fẹ́ ya sí abala méjì tó jẹ́ pé ó fẹ́ yàtọ̀ sí àwọn ọ̀dà iṣẹ́ tó kù tó rà wọ́n san tax ok àwọn san tax ọ̀dọ̀ gbogbo ẹgbẹ́ tó kù náà ló san tax but wọ́n san tax wọn collectively but àwọn san tiwa individually láti lè fi renew license wa so after tá a bá wá san tax yẹn tán owó la máa san bẹ́ẹ̀ owó la máa san níbi tá a ti fẹ́ renew license àwọn local government àwọn náà tún gba tax lọ́wọ́ wa internal revenue àwọn náà gba tax lọ́wọ́ wa àwọn wò pé all this tax àpò state government kan náà ni ó ń lọ ìpè ẹjọ́ sà sí nǹkan tí ẹ lè bá wa ṣe sí wà láti lè reduce gbogbo àwọn ọ̀nà tá a ti ń san tax láti ní kó reduce or bóyá owó ẹ̀ lá reduce bóyá tẹ̀ lè bá wa ọ̀tá everything ọ̀tọ̀ àwọn ẹ̀yìn lọ́wọ́ sàn.
ẹ ṣe aṣojú àwọn ológun wa lẹ́kìtì ní ti àkọ́kọ́ mo ti gbọ́ yín màá gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lé lórí kí ẹ̀yin náà kẹ́ ẹ lè rí dividend of democracy bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe sọ èyí tí ẹ sọ kẹ́yìn nípa owó orí à ń gbé ìgbésẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ láti lè jẹ́ kí gbogbo àwọn owó orí lọ́kàn òjọ̀kan kí gbogbo ẹ̀ wà lójú kan náà tí ò ní sí pé ẹ̀sùn kan ní ìdóòsí wọ́n tún dé láìdó wọ́n tún wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín a fẹ́ kí multiple taxation kó wà àmọ́ abala oríṣiríṣi ni owó orí ní ìmí lè jẹ́ business premises ní owó tí wọ́n bí yín tó jẹ́ pé ministry ọ̀tọ̀ ló máa béèrè business premises lọ́wọ́ yín ìmí lè jẹ́ ti MOT mọ́tò tẹ́ fẹ́ fi ta ògùn àbí kí mi kó jẹ́ owó ti internal revenue owó àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ ní àmọ́ nǹkan tá à ń ṣètò ni pé kí gbogbo ẹ̀ kí ó wá sójú kan náà kó má ní í lára pé ẹ̀sán kan bí ẹlòdìdí ọjọ́ kan kẹ́ tó lè rí san kẹ́ tó lọ san kejì ní ibi kejì gbogbo yẹn ni a fẹ́ mú kúrò nínú ọdún tá a lè máa bọ́ sí náà ni ẹ ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí rí àwọn ìyàtọ̀ yẹn.
arábìnrin tó kù.
From Boeing Ekiti. I'm representing the student sector, sir. education as a legacy in the contemporary world now amidst we students presently. It has been a tripling of distrust as a result of its devaluation from what education has been in the time past and what is it presently. And looking at it from that perspective, sir, we have a lot of problems that really make this the way it is, like the facilities. And in Ekiti state institutions, a state university, Federal University Oye, and all other institutions within the state, we've observed that we face the same problem of electricities and other facilities like water supply. And I follow your discussion now. I noticed that during your discussion you've been unable to address the issue of provision of electricity and water supply in our institutions. You only make mention of the dams. So what are the measures that your government will be taking in this regard to solve this problem? And number two, over time now in the previous government have been unable to meet up with the provision of bursary for we students. And I could recall your first regime, things during the 4 years or two, you've been able to make provision for students bursary. And last year you did same thing. We also follow your policy that you've already approved Ekiti student bursary for this year. And by next, we only have today for 2019 to, by tomorrow we'll be in another year. And ever since then, we've not been seeing a positive response of what you've approved. When we get in the bursary, and what are the measures that will be taken by your government in
improving the facilities in the university.
That will enhance and foster learning process at state-owned institutions.
Okay, thank you very much. This is a matter that is of concern to me. What is happening in our tertiary institutions in the state? But I think we cannot disconnect it from what transpired also in my first time in office. Because if you recall, it was my government that connected the Ekiti State University to the grid after 30 years of that university's creation. They were not even connected to public electricity until we did that. And only 2 weeks ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, the teaching hospital where the medical students are, we've had to buy a new 1,000 kVA generator for them. Your university that you mentioned, the Federal University where you mentioned, I'm not saying that they don't have electricity problem, but when the Vice Chancellor approached me, he approached me for a road, internal road, and if you go there now, we're constructing a road for them. It's not our business really, because they are a federal institution. We just did that as a contribution from the state, because the university is here, and it was set up during my first time in office here. So I have an emotional attachment to the university and to support them to the best of our ability. All our other institutions, we're trying our best to make life a little bit more conducive for the students in terms of facilities and other things you've mentioned. But the reality is that electricity is not really within the purview of the state. Electricity is a federal responsibility in Nigeria, but our people are the ones suffering the lack of electricity. That is what has forced us to take remedial measures in order to address this problem. We've not cracked it completely, but your comments are very well taken. We will do something about that. On your substantive question about support, scholarship, bursaries, you know the way government works. I wish things could move a little bit faster than it does. The day you approve something in government is not the day you get it. It takes a bit more time. I mean, recently I hosted our graduates from the law school, and when I came into office this time, they had not been paid bursary for the previous 4 years. Those who went to law school in the period I was not in office, they never got anything. But this one, they got, and lo and behold, Ekiti has one of the highest numbers of first-class products in that session in the law school. So I believe government has a role to play, and we will continue to try our best to support our students with bursaries, with scholarships, with any other opportunities available to us.
Má jẹ́ àgbàgbé ohun tá a sọ pé tá a bá ti fẹ́ lọ já lọ sí kápójú abẹ́ ń kù gómìnà báwo kí lè fẹ́ ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ bọ́ọ̀sì gómìnà kí lè fẹ́ ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ iná bàbá ẹ̀yin ló kàn.
Before we take his question, we are going on the break. After that break, we come back to you to take your question. We want to listen to expectations from the people out there.